MRecktv.
The streets don't love you.
Not at all.
By now, homie, you shoulda knew that.
Word.
Ain't no Nino Browns in this town. You a new jack.
No Brown.
Peace, world. We live on MRecktv with a partner of mine, Darren D from the West Coast. D, what's happening? Salute.
What's up, M.Reck? How you doing, man? Salute, bro.
I'm good, bro. Man, I'm gonna get right into it, man. You my ears and eyes on the West Coast, man. But your man Wack 100, oh man, he going crazy out there. Like, you know, he basically saying Nipsey Hussle is not a legend. He doesn't have the body of work, XYZ, the numbers. How you feel about that, bro?
First and foremost, man, Wack, that's the homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog, you feel me?
Gotcha.
I mean, they know what that mean, you know?
Mhm.
I've been hearing a lot, right? And so I actually went and looked at a couple things, a couple interviews that Wack did, and I think that he was kind of blindsided by somebody, you know what I mean? I think he thought he was having a personal conversation with someone who didn't end up on the low just posting it. You feel me? And you know, when you're talking to someone kind of off the record as a publicist, you know what I mean? That's the term that we use. Off the record, you speak a little bit differently than you would if you were speaking on the record, you know?
Got you.
And so, you know, I think what he was saying was that he was really talking about it more from why was it the fans that are on Nipsey now on like that buying his music, you know, because Nipsey was putting out fire, you know what I mean? He was definitely representing for the West Coast. And so, you know, after he passed, I mean, I love what the city did for the man. I love how the city turned out. You know what I mean? But you know, I wish his record wasn't platinum yet. You know what I mean? I wish it had been platinum. I wish he had been at 2 and 3 and 5 million copies sold. You know what I mean? Because that's how we can do it when we want to do it for on the West Coast.
Yep.
You know, you can go platinum in LA, you can go platinum in New York. You know what I'm saying? You know that. You don't need, you know what I mean? If you're an artist from one of these major markets, if your city is on you like that, they can move your record to a whole other level. And I think what Wack was trying to do was make a correlation between, you know, like when a Snoop came out. You know what I'm saying? When that Doggy Style dropped, bro, it went, the city tore it up. You know what I mean? Or when Pac was out, artists. And, you know, I think he was also trying to say, like, we tend to, you know, it's like I'm almost like the LeBron James argument. You know what I mean? Like, you want to give him the title too soon. You know, so it's not negative against Nip. I already know how Wack felt about Nip.
Well, let me interject real quick, only because when you talk about Snoop, that was a different time from the time that Nipsey was on the come up. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, you can't sell CDs in 2019 because that's like obsolete. You know, everything is streams and all that. So you would have to weigh it up, I guess, on streams and I guess cultural impact.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I think that you know what. Let me make a different comparison. More like when Pac came out with his first album, and then when Pac came out with their second album. You feel me? I think that had Nipsey lived to drop that next record, it would have been a monster.
Got you.
You feel me?
Nah.
And so, and then Wack being the man that he is, you know, he's gonna speak blunt. He's gonna speak raw. You know what I mean? He's not gonna sugarcoat his words. You know, and if he says something, he's man enough to stand behind it. You know what I mean? He's man enough to say, okay, this is what I said. But I think if you listen to if anyone who understands the business and is not on some emotional, personal, you feel me? If you listen to what he was saying that, you know, that the fans he wished the fans had turned out for Nip while he was alive the way they did after he passed.
Got you. Because some people might say Wack got it out for Nipsey the same way he got it out for Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Because he disrespected Tupac, you know, in another instance. You know what I mean? What you got to say about that? Because it's not the first time. Because, like, somebody caught him off guard, off the record, like you said, but then he did an interview with TMZ when TMZ asked him the question, you know, blatantly. You know what I'm saying? And he just went off and broke everything down why he felt Nipsey wasn't a legend in his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, when you start talking about terms like legend, right? Now we can sit around the barbershop. We've all done it. It's talking about who's the greatest of all time. You feel me? You know, everybody got their top 5 rappers. And if you ask 5 different people their top 5 rappers, everybody gonna have a different top 5. You feel me?
Facts.
I mean, we're talking about the legend status, right? We're talking about him saying whether or not he felt like this person was a legend. Like I said, man, we can have that argument in the barbershop about everybody got their top 5. You feel me? I know my top 5 probably gonna be different from your top 5. Just keeping it real. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own. So now you're talking about somebody's personal opinion about about a person's career, right? Well, I think what he was trying to say was that his body of work up until that point in Wack's mind hadn't reached legend status yet. Now I think that he's become a legend through what he was trying to do with his music and what he was trying to do with his brand overall and what he was doing in his community. You know what I mean? I think that people have a different respect and appreciation for him after he passed. And that's typically what happens with us, man, is that we don't necessarily recognize people when they're alive the way we should.
Facts. I agree.
But
that was one of the main things why I was upset at the whole Nipsey thing. I'm like, he was putting on for the culture and the whole West Coast and just in general, people in general. And I felt like they didn't give him his flowers while he was alive. That's how I felt.
So what Wack is trying to say is, had the community, had everybody turned out for him like that while he was living, that legend status would have been cemented, right? But if you ask people they top 5 or even maybe they top 10, do you think Nipsey's gonna be in that top 10 of all time?
Good point. I mean, they might put him there now, being that the impact that his death had.
See, that's what I mean, right? That's what Wack is saying, right there. The impact of his death has catapulted him to a certain level, but now you're comparing that to people who have a body of work that, you know what I mean, that is already cemented them, right? And so he's just saying that he didn't have time. You know what I mean? It's just really unfortunate, man, that the brother died the way he did and when he did, because I do believe he would have fully grabbed those reins. He would have fully, you know, ascended to that level, right?
Definitely.
You know, in life, not in death.
Well, let's do this. Some people say, okay, Biggie's a legend, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, I agree. I'm not disputing that. But Biggie didn't have a large body of work. Remember, he only had 2 albums.
But you know what though? What he did with them 2.
Oh, forget about it. Nah, he's one of the best.
Biggie had a bunch of features and collabos, and you know what I mean. That once you see Michael Jordan play, you can't unsee it.
I got what you're saying.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That at that time,
once you witness greatness, it's like there's no disputing that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like for example, everybody's not gonna come out like Pop, like 50. I mean, you know, since you're on the East Coast, 50 went 10 times platinum on his first record, bro.
Facts.
Dr. Dre's The Chronic went 10 times platinum. You understand what I'm saying? And we're talking about in the era of selling records, like you said a minute ago. You can't really compare that era of selling full albums where people had to literally get up off their couch, go to the record store, drop down $14, $18,
$20 almost. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get that music. So it's you're right. It's not a fair comparison of the time, right? But it's also speaking more to, and I really feel like this, the public has gotten spoiled. You know what I mean? We can pick and choose. We want to buy a record. We can just buy the single. The streaming thing has gotten them spoiled. And so, you know, I think that what is happening with Nipsey now, man, I love it. You know what I mean? I love how the city turned out. I love how the world supports. And I think what they're supporting more, though, is who the man was, as well as music. Because you hear more of his thoughts on life, his thoughts on business, as much as you do his music.
Facts. Well, let me ask you this, because I know it's going to be people in the comments like,
Yeah.
What is his relationship to Wack? You know what I'm saying? Could you elaborate on the detail of your relationship?
All right, well, we have a couple of intersections. One, his neighborhood where he's from and my neighborhood where I'm from, we connected.
Okay.
Right? And then, we had a little business situation that caused us to have to interact. I was working with a cat and Wack was coming for his head. You know what I mean? But he didn't know I was over there. And so, I overheard. I overhear the conversation. I'm walking past the young guy's office. I hear him going for this cat's neck, and I'm like, he's about to come up there and bring some problems up to the office where I'm at.
Oh,
and I'm like,
Wack was saying he was gonna pull up.
Yeah, he was about to pull up. And so I had to pull the cat to the side and be like, yo. And the only reason I ain't saying the dude's name, because I don't want to give that dude no props like that. Just being real, because I don't fuck with him.
You don't want to give him no wave.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Because the truth be told, Wack told me I was going to be gunning for him next. And he was right. But at the time, me and the dude was doing business. And so I was like, listen, man, let me talk to Wack, found out what the problem was, resolved it so that everybody, could keep moving and doing what they do.
Gotcha.
That was one level of interaction. And then, I do some stuff with Benny Boom and Birdman and, Wack, you know what I'm saying? He works with Birdman, all that, so we interact there. So we have a lot of intersection.
Got you. Yo,
I was just with Wack a couple weeks ago.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yo, if you can, we need Wack on this MRecktv show.
Yeah, but I mean? Yeah, for real. I'm saying, I know he'll do it. We just got to schedule time for him to do it.
All right, say no more. But I ain't going to hold you. I know you got stuff to do. I just was on a check-in with you because you my ears and eyes on the West Coast.
Hey, listen, man, I love doing this, bro. I love the fact that we can, I've always been a bi-coastal cat, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I love what we doing with MRecktv. We about to plant that M.Reck flag out here on the West Coast. So, this is just the start of some big stuff.
Yes, sir. So, Darren, let them know who you be again and how they can follow you.
All right, Darren D. Dickerson, publicist, talent representative on the West Coast. I'm at Darren DPR on Instagram, Darren DPR on Twitter.
No doubt. Yo, D, I'm going to holler at you in a little bit.
All right, bro.
One. Slug you, the streets don't love you. Not at all. By now, homie, you should have knew that. Word. Ain't no Nino Browns in this town. You a new jack.
It's crummy beats, y'all.
Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact MRecktpromo, MRecktpromo @gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktv, youtube.com/MRecktv. I'm gone.
MRecktv. It's got a music.